from a biological perspective, what were you dealing with? Was it the heavy metals? Was it just the detoxification of our modern world? There's so much misinformation out there, but like you've been through it yourself.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many ways to answer that question. What I would say is that I was definitely dealing on a 3D level down here from a medical perspective. I was definitely dealing with these labels of mental illness. They were very real. They were very true. And I was truly walking that line of what would be considered madness or schizophrenia, whatever label they want to use for that too. I was really losing it. Okay. I was experiencing vision. I was having hallucinations. I was hearing things. I was just lost in this morphic space of darkness, like getting lost in the sauce. But what it was on another level was severe toxicity. Okay. Severe toxicity, parasites, heavy metals, chemicals, and most specifically mercury.
Wow.
Mercury
all at once, all of these things amalgamed.
All amalgamated. Which is amalgam, the mercury fillings.
Yeah,
right?
Isn't that funny?
This was all an amalgamation of all of these things.
You know, this phrase detox that you're so famous for across the world, the detoxification you went through, I feel like prepared you to really speak about all the ways that we need to detox in this world, not just from our bodies, but spiritually and economically and the way that we're treating our Mother Earth. Like, can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, 100%. It's it's a big subject. We are raping and pillaging this earth, and we are doing the same to our bodies, and we are losing connection to our ancestors, to our old ways, to our lineage, to earthly law. You know, monocropped farms are this thing that exists right now where we have just one crop going on an entire farm, and that crop pulls the same minerals out of the soil every single time, and it's grown year round, abusing the land, abusing the soil. We're left with 1/16 of the amount of minerals in a carrot today that we had 20 years ago because of this concept of not allowing land to rest, because of this concept of monocrop farms, right? Everything we're doing is an agenda of profits, capitalism, as you say. And this is not the way we're meant to live, right? And coronavirus and the quarantine and all of this is actually in some way taking us closer to that, I hope.
Yes,
it is too. Allowing introspection. It is allowing people to reflect on the way we've been pillaging the earth. And I guess people just don't realize how much we're harming ourselves by harming the planet. I guess people are just stuck in this money mindset or this profit paradigm. And there's so much there. But what I can say is that through my pain and through my suffering, I've discovered and I've learned that all that matters is love, peace, fun, joy, transformation, healing, being in one's center, being connected to the divine, being connected to the earth. These are the only things that matter in life. And it takes pain for people to get there.
Yeah.
It takes pain and suffering for people to recognize what they are as a creature and what they truly, truly value and what they truly want. Most people think that they want money and want to chase these things. It's only because they have no love inside. When you have access to love, you don't want any of these other things. If the most painful, agonizing thing in the world is being disconnected from source, it's torture. When people see what detox does, then I'm a coach for life for them.
Yeah.
I have a client for life.
And
you know?
What's really special too is, like, if you're just tuning in right now, this is Josh Macin, 2013 Pan Am Jiu-Jitsu champion, almost lost his life due to mental illness. And that mental illness was caused from detox. not detoxing, heavy metals, things like this. So if you've ever dealt with something like this in your life, let us know in the comments. You know, I'm sure that Josh and I can go through and look at some of these comments when we're done. Many people, Josh, are dealing with some form, maybe not as drastic, but definitely, man, some form of what you've gone through. As a starting point, yes, they can go to Detox Dudes, but there has to be an inflection, like a decision they make inside of themselves first. What advice or what guidance can you give to people that are dealing with amalgam fillings or toxicity or heavy metals, or just there's something that they're sick and possibly dying from? Where do they go mentally first, emotionally first?
Yeah. It's a beautiful question. You know, first I would say that I hope my words and my frequency can open that up, the portal for an individual. It's like a resting point of, guys, I've been there, I've done that. You know, hopefully they can feel this as truth, right? I hope that to be the case, because I can't convince anybody of anything. What I would say is that it is our birthright to be feeling good on this planet, not to be feeling good all the time, because this planet is light and dark. There's pain. There's a lot that we have to alchemize. This planet is messy. But if you don't feel vibrant in that journey, if you don't feel on average like you're on top of your wounds or your pains or your fatigues or your sufferings, if you don't feel like you're living on top of it, churning through it, then you're not in your given birthright, which is vitality, okay, which is health, which is vibrance, okay? And what I would suggest for people is to just check in with themselves. What have they been putting into the machine? Whatever you put in this machine, you get.
Yeah.
It's an equation. What we put in, we get. And I learned that through the jungle. I learned that through the plant medicines of eating terrible foods or overeating, and then watching as ayahuasca, you know, just purged it out of me, right? All of the crap that I ate, and the chocolate and this and that, right? And so my point is that this is a machine, and we have to take care of it. We have to maintain it. Whatever we put in, we get out. And all of these things are cumulative in terms of making us weak and tired and sick. And no one thing is going to transform your life. It's a process. It's a journey where you have to address all of the possible roots, all of the possible issues, different forms of toxicity, emotional, mental, physical, right? Amalgam fillings. People have upper cervicals that are out of alignment. Josh, this is a massive problem on this planet.